City politics is often overlooked online, unfortunately, due to bigger federal policies and scandals. But let's talk about the right person for the job here locally. I'm Max Penner, and this is Roughneck Radio. Hello everyone, and welcome to a video today that is another late night video, and you get a beautiful view of all my freshly folded laundry. So this is a very special episode for everyone. I'm very tired right now because I had to do a lot of stuff today, so I apologize if I stutter some or cut a lot. It's just to cut out all my tired stuff and that. And other than that, if you like the video, if you like our channel and you like the video of what we're doing, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment for your opinion, and follow all my socials on this side of the screen. I always forget it's mirrored, and I think I'm going to point over here, but all the socials are over here. And make sure to follow us on Rumble, where you can get exclusives, scrapped content, and all that. All the stuff I can't upload to YouTube will go on there, and I do dual upload on there as a failsafe in case this channel gets taken down or stricken for whatever reason. Everything is dual uploaded, so you can check it out there. Anyways, let's get into it. Now, I was meaning to volunteer for the Sharp campaign in person. I even signed up and all that and everything, but my schedule got in the way, so this I thought was the next best thing. And same goes for the Joanne Burst campaign for Ward 6. If anyone from either campaign is watching, hello. I appreciate you guys having you guys here. I think you guys will do a great job for our community and all that. And what was I gonna say? Right. I'm also honored to have my endorsement shown on Sonya Sharp's website officially. I'll put that part in the description, as well as all of the other links I use in this video, and the campaign websites for Sonya Sharp and Joanne Burst and the Community's First Party, all of that. Anyways, also, if I seem a little bit robotic-y this video, it's just from me being tired and me having to look at my script a lot more, so I apologize for that. But I do go off script a lot, as always. But I do apologize for me sounding robotic and stuttering. It's just because of my fatigue from the day. Anyway, continuing. Now, I just want to give a little disclaimer. I'm not officially associated with the Community's First Party, Sonya Sharp, or Joanne Burst, and I am not paid to do this, and I have not been asked to do this by either campaign. I am just sharing with you guys what I think is the best and giving you more insight on policy in the city. Anyway, down to business. So, Sonya Sharp began her political career in 2021 after being elected the councillor for Ward 1. Since then, she has been pressuring City Hall on fiscal responsibility and government efficiency, but City Hall never listened, but instead kept their wasteful spending up, raised taxes, and threw efficient government right off the 5th floor balcony. So, in April of 2025, she announced she would be running for mayor under the newly founded Community's First Party. Alongside several other candidates who share a platform, basically it's the team fed up with high taxes, waste, and City Hall games. Sonya Sharp also has a reputation in voting for what's best for Calgarians. She's voted against tax increases, blanket rezoning, and was boots on the ground during the Bears Paw water main break. So, what are Sharp's policies? Well, let's talk about that. Her top priority is affordability, and her plan isn't rocket science. It's actually what we've been needing to do. Cut the bureaucracy, stop wasting tax dollars, and work with the province and Ottawa, no matter who's in charge, to get Calgary a fair deal. This needs to happen, because with Gondek's hostility to the Smith government, nothing has gotten done here. She's also committed to scrapping blanket rezoning, that failed scheme that bulldozes existing communities just to jam in high-rises. It wastes money, drives taxes up, and destroys the character of communities while making housing even less affordable. She also, like many others in the Community First Party, voted against the original blanket rezoning legislation. Man, I hope I am not talking too fast for this video, because it sure seems like I am. But I'm just trying to get my point across as clearly as possible, and while trying to dodge my fatigue as much as possible, if that makes sense. Anyway, then there's public safety, and Sharp's been clear on that. She'll reverse Gondek's reckless cuts that tied the hands of our police and first responders. And she'll put money back into where it matters, into police, firefighters, and frontline services that keep this city safe. She'll accomplish this by using the saved money from the tax cuts I talked about earlier. These tax cuts will also make Calgary small business friendly once again, which will provide an economic boost for our municipal economy. Less taxes equals more money back in people's pockets, which is what we need here, because the more money back in people's pockets, the more incentive there is for business, growth, investment, all that, which is great for the city. That was all driven out under Nenchi's policies, when the coup happened, all that crap. And if we lower the taxes, the money will go back into people's pockets, incentivizing them to put it back into the city and our economy. Now, of course, Ottawa still crushes us with federal taxes, but at the city level, cutting waste and taxes will still make a real difference, just like I explained. Now, Sharp's approach to leadership is wildly different than Gondek's. Instead of top-down policies that ultimately hurt the public, she understands that good governance is in listening to the people and having Calgarians see improvements in their everyday lives, as opposed to having to vote no on everything because of Gondek's disastrous policies. The Community's First Party will also be linked, the Community First Party's website will also be linked in the description. Sorry, I'm having a real hard time with this tonight. Anyway, quote, leadership starts at the top. Calgarians didn't elect administration and the bureaucrats that don't know best. Sonya knows what frontline employees are facing every day from leadership and won't stop until these barriers are removed. That quote right there just gives you some insight onto what's best for she knows what's best for the Calgarians. And you may be thinking, oh, politicians always lie. Well, that is true, but Sharp does have the credibility and record from her time in council that she does know what's best for Calgary. And she also directly helped in other situations, like I said earlier, the Bears Paw water main break. She was providing water to people, bringing water, like water bottles to people, all that, helping them in any way she could, which was fantastic. I'll also have Sharp's voting record linked in the description below too. Just want to throw that out there so everyone knows how she voted in council, but all that will be linked into the description below. Anyway, of course I don't agree with her on every issue, and just like she voted for Gondek's climate emergency, which in all fairness she does regret now, but back then that wasn't a great decision, but at least she does regret it now. Now I would like to switch gears into the Community's First Party as a whole. I touched on this briefly earlier, just explaining that she was a part of the party, but I wanted to go into more detail about the party itself. The Community's First Party first kicked off in late 2024 when 4 councillors finally said enough to Gondek's wastes. It lined up to the UCP's move to bringing parties into municipal politics. That change opened the door into a bunch of new groups, but we'll save that mess for another video, which will be a next video, hopefully. So what does this party offer, you may ask? Well, for starters, is a municipal efficiency, which is something we desperately need in this city. If you've watched some of my previous videos on these topics or pay attention to the day-to-day of City Hall. Their big promise? Well, keep taxes affordable with a real City Hall fiscal transparency. In other words, just do the basics. It's not like trying to start a chainsaw with your toes, but somehow Gondek made it look that hard. All of these policies do revolve around one very impactful one. A policy directly from Sharp is called getting back to basics. Basically, getting Calgary back in a spot where we used to be and focusing on municipal responsibility, which is the way this city should be ran. Their policies on municipal infrastructure focus on prioritizing the upkeep of all municipal infrastructure, which is incredible because I assure you if you walk through a neighborhood today, you'll see a swimming pool in the middle of the road. And they also want to put more money back into the infrastructure we actually need to boost the local economy to make Calgary, again, a more business and investment friendly city with the upkeep of infrastructure and providing more spaces for businesses to open. Instead of businesses having to be run out of people's homes or whatnot, they can be provided with a more professional setting. Now, another policy of Sharp's made it in here too, not surprisingly because she is the party leader after all, but it's increasing the spending on public safety services, which we desperately need after Gondek's cuts, which I explained earlier how that will happen. But this is directly in the community's first party policy, which of course is going to happen. As I said, Sharp is the party leader, but it's something that we do desperately need and should not be undercovered. Now, they do want to make higher density developments, but not by blanket rezoning. Their policy involves doing this by using unused land and old unused office space and things like that, which I talked about in one of my other videos, and that's what the city should be doing. And again, like I explained earlier, they do want to collab with all levels of government for the best interest of the city, so I won't go too much further into that policy. So pretty much what I want to say here is Sharp is actually the only, if you look at it, she's the only person who wants to cut the bureaucracy, cut the bloat, all that stuff. All the other candidates, if you look on their websites, they don't want to cut things, even the conservative ones. And a lot of them actually want to increase spending, oddly enough, and they run as conservatives. And where Sharp is like clearly like the only conservative running in the race, or the only true conservative, that is. Jeremy Farkas, before he was conservative, I did like him before, but now he's weirdly progressive. And me personally, I align with a lot of these policies better, but I don't agree on everything, which is just politics. Of course you're not going to agree on everything. But I hope this video gave you guys some insight into why I support Sonya. And I hope I didn't talk too fast, and I hope I got everything across clearly. If not, just let me know down in the comments and I'll be sure to make a follow-up video. I will be making one going into depth on all the mayoral candidates in Calgary and the municipal parties, because it's important to do this. The election's coming up pretty quick. And anyway, go follow on my socials on this side of the screen over here. Again, follow us on Rumble. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya. And to fix the problems with our city, you can't vote in the people who created them simply because they will say they can fix them. Man, doesn't that sound familiar? Anyways, have a good one.
As a parent, I know the struggles Calgary families are facing every day. Affordability, safety, and reliable services. These aren't just policies, they're personal to all of us. You shouldn't have to choose between buying your groceries, paying your bills, or setting your children up for success. Calgarians need to be reconnected back to their local government. You'll see the results every day. A safe train ride, potholes filled, snow cleared, and water running when you need it. I respect the investment you make in our city with your tax dollars. Calgary's ready for leadership that delivers. I'm Sonya Sharp, and I'm running to be your mayor. Join me in building a Calgary for all of us. One that we are proud to call home. One that's safe, strong, and sensible. Visit sharpformayor.ca and let's get to work together.